Before I continue with my message,
Yeah, I remember that.
thank you,
girl.
Sister
She was
Avanti,
a hoe.
$10 coming on
This
the cash
woman.
app. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
But you got my 40, homie.
I thought you had $200.
I do, but I won't spend Red's money.
You're going to come up to me and hug my neck and kiss me and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting that money out of my pocket.
Oh, I'll just hold on to my money because, you know, there's hardship. Be careful.
You need to make a vow of faith of $1,000. Oh, Bob, couldn't you say 25? No! You can't make a $1,000 vow of faith. I'm saying in faith.
Tithe! Give money and you'll get the blessing. If you don't, nothing for you.
Put some anointing on this money. You put something up here. You put... Woo! Prosper, I said. See, that's how I know you still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted, because of how you've been honoring me. I'm not worth your McDonald's money. I'm not worth your Red Lobster money. Let me kick down the...
Folks, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I know you love the low production quality of this stream. It's a ghetto mess and you love it here. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. I don't know what I want to get into. Well, I know what I want to talk about. I know what I want to talk about, but I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. So yeah, if you want me to stay on 2 hours on this good Sunday morning, I'm looking to meet a $15 live stream goal. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat, also in the description. Or you could do Super Chat, Super Sticker, that's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. So I got somewhat of a story to tell about Temple, a lady named Temple that I'll tell y'all about sometime. Somewhat of an update. Yeah, let's get into a video and then I'll let some people come in here and then I'll tell y'all about the story. What up, Live Love? What up, Divine Photos? Yeah, let's get those likes up. We're gonna start a video and then I'm gonna tell y'all a story.
Do we have a shortage of real men? And by real men, I'm talking about gentlemen, men who like to provide, be the main breadwinner, who are loyal and respectful. Before you say anything.
Okay, let's just start already. Because this goes towards the stream title, Don't Let Women Emotionally Manipulate You. This video that we just looked at, just 10 seconds, the first 10 seconds was emotional manipulation. If you're a real man, where the real men at? Who are gonna be gentlemen and provide, aka buy me fancy Louis Vuitton and furs or whatever the fuck she got on. And you know, my $10,000 a year in makeup. Because she framed it. See, this is emotional manipulation. She framed it. If you don't do that, you're not a real man and you're not a gentleman. If you don't pay for my expensive shit, you're not a real man and you're not a gentleman. That's emotional manipulation. And don't fall for it. And my personal story today has something to do with, oh, well, I'm not going to say it has something to do with emotional manipulation per se, but we'll get into it. But this is bullshit. Don't fall for this shit, y'all.
Do we have a shortage of real men? And by real men, I'm talking about gentlemen, men who like to provide, be the main breadwinner, who are loyal and respectful. Before you say anything, let me say it first. Yes, you can call me a gold digger. Oh, here we go again. But I'm just speaking facts.
I mean, here are the facts. First off, why did you slay 7 foxes just to get that coat? Second off, No, we don't have a shortage of men that are willing to provide and be understanding and all that. In fact, we have them all there in the corner, piled up, because nobody wants to touch them. But anyway, gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have only 2 TikToks, and they are short, unlike your winner, dear viewer, but they are very, you know, filled with meaning, guys. And then we'll move on to 2 articles, again, short, unlike my winner, and then we'll move on to a bit of a debate I wanted to have. But guys, let's go back to this woman, alright, because she's not a gold digger, even though she looks like one. And she's going to explain why there's a shortage of quality men. And basically, she's going to explain to all of us why we are a bunch of trash. Oh, geez, Ampu is still passed out from last video. I'm going to use my mommy powers. Resurrect, Ampu. Boop, there you go. Mommy powers. But okay, guys, let's continue with this one. Please like and subscribe. And let's see what the ladies have to offer us. By the way, there's a filter on this video called Pretty Babe. Okay.
All these type of men freeloaders because they're trying to paint you an image, to give you the life that you want, to say that they're this type of man, and take you to a coffee shop and expect you to go home with them. And when you don't, then they get angry and say, oh, you're a gold digger. I'm sorry, but the cup of coffee was €3. Do you know how much my clothes are? How much?
Yeah, probably like 10 foxes. I mean, €3 for a coffee. That's like that's upwards of $7. I don't know, maybe $8 or $9. Like, guys, in this economy, €3 for a coffee. Come on, man. You know what you can do for actually less than €3? Subscribe to my Patreon, right? And you can get so much content, guys. You can get more desert instead of buying this woman a coffee where she's not even going to be grateful for it, right? And she's not actually mad that you know, you only bought her the coffee, or she's not mad that men are not providing so much as she's mad about the fact that you have any sort of expectations. That's what really pisses her off. If you want to invite her to a coffee and then you have no expectations, she will be fine with it because it's free, right? And you also pay for the gas and this and that. It's free. But she's actually mad that you have any sort of expectations as a man. That's what really pisses her off.
My makeup is, how much my nails are, how much my hair is. Do you know how much that costs? And you just have to roll out of bed, put your clothes on, and walk out the door.
I mean, guys, sorry to pause it again, but honestly, if I wanted nails and makeup and expensive clothes and a lot of makeup, I think I mentioned that, I can just buy a mannequin. I can just buy a doll, all right? I can buy a doll and put on $500 of makeup on it. And I can buy her the most expensive wig and I can dress her up in the most expensive clothes. I don't want a fucking doll, mate. I just don't want a mannequin. Who cares about this woman's clothes? Like, men, guys, are really not looking for that. Men are not looking for your clothes. We're not fashion designers or gay. We just don't care about your clothes. Oh, this little scarf, guys, this little scarf actually cost me $200. Dude, nobody gives a shit, all right? Or about your makeup. Like, who gives a crap about that? We're trying to, most men at this point are trying to look for a decent woman, and that's what's in short supply, guys. If these women were good people, forget about the hair, forget about the makeup, forget about the 7 foxes, forget about all of it. If they were just good people, they will have like 400 options of decent men, but none of them is up to the level, apparently.
I don't really know what happened. I just got back downstairs. I think we got enough people in here to start my story. Hold on. I think we're going to go over a Kendra G later. But yeah, let's get the donations up. So here's my story. Some of you remember the story about Temple. Temple is a woman I know, a loved one, that she has a boyfriend now, and it's a whole backstory about the boyfriend, but we don't got to go through all that again. She has a boyfriend now, and she wants me to meet the boyfriend. And I really don't want to. Let's start there. I really don't want to meet the boyfriend. And I'm going to tell you why. So, okay, first off, this is a 40-plus-year-old woman, pushing 50, closer to pushing 50, and she just got a new boyfriend. Now, am I saying it's not gonna work out? No, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work out or not. But yeah, I'm skeptical about if this is just some fly-by-night bullshit or if this is gonna be the person that my loved one is with for the rest of her days. But let me see how I wanna frame this. I guess I'm a trusted male figure in her life, and that's why she wants me to, in a sense, meet her boyfriend to give my somewhat stamp of approval, or she's excited to introduce her boyfriend to a male loved one. You know how women are. When they're excited about a guy that they're dating or their new boyfriend, they want to introduce him to all the men in their life. I can't wait for you to meet him, yada yada yada. And I think to somewhat for the men to somewhat give their stamp of approval. Here's the thing. I don't think it's my responsibility. Now, it would be my responsibility to do that for my daughter. It's not even my responsibility to do that for my mother, in my opinion. If my mom got a new boyfriend, man, I ain't really trying to. I mean, this might sound weird. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to meet him at some point if it. That's what I'm saying. If it's a long relationship, but that's one of the reasons why I don't want to meet this guy that we're talking about for my female loved one. Because I mean, like I said, I'm skeptical. Is this guy even going to be around in 6 months? I don't need to meet him yet. But let me get to the main point. And let me pull up the stream on my Let me pull up the stream. Women don't understand when something isn't a man's responsibility. Is my general point. No, they feel entitled to shit. They feel she feels entitled for me to come meet him and somewhat give my stamp of approval because women just feel entitled to shit from men. From male loved ones, whether it's boyfriends, uncles, cousins, whatever the fuck. Women feel entitled for men to do what they want men to do. It's not just in relationships and romance. Mothers feel entitled for the son to do whatever she feel like he supposed to do. And it's plenty of people that could kind of speak to that drama at times. Now, I'm not saying don't look out for your mom, but as a son, everything ain't your responsibility with your mama. I mean, yeah, generally make sure she's straight. But even going down that line of thinking, let's go down that road real quick. Or we could talk about mama or sister. It's the same thing. Okay, but let's just say mama because it hit closer to home. Um, let's say your mama always dating thug niggas, right? At some point, and they all you got dudes hitting on your mama or whatever drama that comes along with dealing with street dudes, right? Is it your responsibility as a grown man, potentially with your own family, to go over to your mama house and fight her latest boyfriend because he didn't put hands on her? I need answers in the chat. This I'm glad we talking about this. I mean, we'll use mama, but it can go for any female family member or whatever. It can go sister, it can go whatever. You a grown man, let's just say with your own family. Is it your responsibility to go fight your mother's, aunt's, sister, female cousins, boyfriends? If they boyfriends beating on them or they boyfriend doing X, Y, and Z, can you come over here and check him for me? Is that your responsibility as a man? Can somebody drop down below? Because I hear this discussion a lot. If a nigga fuck with my mama, my sister, my female cousin, it's on, it's up, this and that. That's what real men do. They protect the women in their family. It sound good on the surface level. A lot of shit sound good on the surface level. Most people operate on the surface level. Shit get a little more tricky when you dig a little deeper though. When you somebody who like to dig a little deeper on these topics. Um, but okay, so look, I'm gonna speak my opinion. No, it's not. It's not my responsibility to keep going over to my mama house and fighting her latest hood boyfriend. And but y'all let me know what y'all think. um, see, and this is what I want to break down. I don't have the authority to tell my mom who to date and who not to date. So then I also shouldn't have the responsibility of coming to fight the nigga when he ain't acting right. See, I'm gonna say that again. I don't have the authority to dictate who my mom dates or don't date. So then I shouldn't have the responsibility to come fight them or check them about an issue y'all having. See, that's what women don't understand about men. If we're gonna have responsibility over something, then we need to have authority over it. The same thing with my theoretical daughter. If I don't have the authority to say who she date and who she don't date, then don't call me when he start beating your ass like Jody told his mom on Baby Boy. I told you not to fuck with him. He a street nigga. So I would tell my daughter that up front. Like, I met him. I don't like him. He a street nigga. I don't want nothing to do with him. And I'm telling you not to date him. And if you choose to date him, don't call me when he start beating your ass because I ain't coming over with the pistol or nothing like that. I'm just telling you right now. I hope you don't get killed, but it's on you. You on your own now. And that and let's talk about that discussion because that would be very hurtful to any daughter. And if there's any women listening right now, I know you can imagine the feeling of maybe your father or loved uncle or whatever telling that to you. Like, no, I don't approve of your boyfriend. I think he's a scumbag and a degenerate. And if you start beating your ass, don't call me because I won't be there for you. That would be a hard pill to swallow for a woman, for any woman. No woman wants to hear that. I understand women enough to know that would crush most women to hear that from their father or male loved one. That he's blatantly telling you, I'm not going to protect you and I'm not going to be here for you. But you have to draw these guidelines with women, and you can't let them use emotional manipulation to make you feel different. How could you? You're supposed to be my protector. You're supposed to be the man in my life. You're supposed to protect the women in the family. That's what real men do. And she start crying and trying to emotionally manipulate you to get off your square or when it comes to what you believe in on this topic. But don't let it work on you. Don't let it work on you. So here, I'm gonna play a little more video, and then I'm gonna get back to this story. I went a little bit on a tangent, but the net of this story is, if a man in your life, ladies, if there's any listening, doesn't have the authority to dictate who you date and who you don't date, he shouldn't have the responsibility of giving his stamp of approval or meeting them or checking them about something. Nothing. But we're gonna get back into it.
For a cup of coffee? Please. We need real men. We need them back. So if you think that you are this type of man watching this, then surprise me. As women, we're expected to do a lot for a man. That's what we're supposed to do, right? But then, okay, this is our job. But then do your job as a man. Be a provider.
A lot is expected out of women. Like, guys, judge by your own standards. As a man, if you're the average man, you expect out of a woman to be a good person, number one, and to throw in a sloppy toppy from time to time. Like, that probably cuts it for like 90% of men. Just be a good person, no cheating, no drama, no games, and then maybe some sloppy toppy. You know, hey, if you make me a sandwich, I'm already in heaven. If you make me a sandwich, that's already, wow. Expected a lot out of women? Like, what are you talking about?
Be a leader. As women, we want to be feminine and we want to be soft, and this is how it should be. but with the type of men we live with, they make us masculine. So no, we are not gold diggers. We just want to be feminine and soft for a man. And that's down to you.
So she says she's not a gold digger, but she has spent literally all of this video talking only about money. Like, literally all of it. No, notice how there's not a single mention of the guy's personality, characteristics, what...
Okay, Big D Hercules. All right, Big D Hercules sound like... This is no disrespect, Big D Hercules. Well, let me read your comment. Big D Hercules, and I got to come up with a different nickname for you. We just gonna call him Herc. Big Herc says depends on how many dudes they mess with and if they date for purpose. Okay, I mean, so I don't know if you're responding to what I just asked earlier or what you're responding to, Big D Hercules. Are you responding to my question I asked, or are you responding to something that was said on the video I just played? If you can clarify that. But let me get back to what I was saying. You could clarify that, Big Hercules, Big Herc. But okay, so let's just go back to the core. Is it men's responsibility? Let's just say family. Yeah, we'll stick to family. Is it men in the family responsibility to give the stamp of approval for every female family member's new boyfriend at the time? Is it the uncle's? Let's just say uncle. Is it the uncle's responsibility to meet every one of her niece's boyfriend and give the stamp of approval? Or is the uncle not being there for the niece if he says, no, I don't really want to meet him? Or maybe I'll meet him in a year or a year and a half. I don't want to meet him yet. Or I mean, the uncle may say, I don't want to meet him at all. Based on what you told me about him, I'm taking a stance and I don't want to meet him. Based on, well, let's just use this example. Yeah, Big Unc Hercules is better. But anyway, let's just talk about my story. Maybe it'll make it easier. So I don't want to get into the details of who it is and who I am to this person or whatever like that. But hold on. Big Herc says it also makes a difference if you just don't like him or if he's genuinely a bad person. Okay, yeah, that's an interesting angle that I guess I'm about to touch on. So in my situation, Temple, for people who know who Temple is on this channel, and if you remember the Temple story. Temple, oh, hold on. Let me read this comment. Ideally, I thought women should be going to the trusted males in their life about who they should date or are dating. Exactly, Live Love. So let me address that real quick. Okay. I agree, and I do say that. I do say that. But it goes back to what I just said. Whatever woman in my life, friend, loved one, relative, whatever, and it is somewhat of an honor for a woman to come to you as a friend, relative, and be like, it would mean a lot to me if you met such and such, because I really value your opinion and this and that. In a sense, I'm honored. I'm honored on one hand. Okay. Um, but let's start here. And okay, I know that because I'm thinking about telling Temple that no, I'm not gonna meet him. I'm thinking about telling Temple I'm not gonna meet him, and I'll get into why. Very vaguely, I'll get into why. But let me address Live Love. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Think I'm back. Um, I don't have the authority. I don't have the authority to tell her not to date him. I don't have that authority. And I'll say there's something I'm thinking in my mind that I'm not gonna share, where I probably would tell Temple not to date him. So keep that in mind. There is something that I'm thinking that if I had to make a judgment, I would tell her not to date him. But i- he's already dating him. And I'm positive I don't have the authority to make her stop dating him, even if I wanted to, and even if I felt like it was the best thing for her life to stop dating him. I don't have that authority. Okay, let me read this comment real quick. Spirit says my homegirl didn't use my opinion and her stepmother's opinion that her now ex-husband was a bad boyfriend and man to marry. She did anyway. She didn't listen to us and they had on and off 1 year negative relationship. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about with this whole thing, Spirit. See, see, the point to address live love if she's still listening. The point of consulting with the male family members in your life is to help you decide if you should fuck with them to begin with. It's not about us necessarily meeting them after you already decided that y'all gonna be together. Because at that point, it's just noise. Whatever we say, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like if you're locked in with them, and Temple is already saying she loves him. Temple's already saying she loves him. So me meeting him and saying one thing or another isn't really gonna do anything. Because if I meet him and I don't like him, and I tell her I don't like him, she just gonna be mad at me at that point. So here's the thing. I'm big on. Well, let me just say this because it goes to the title of the stream. Don't let women emotionally manipulate you. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Big Hurt. Uh, he spread their sex problems around the neighborhood. That's fucked up. Yeah, Spirit. And let me address what Spirit is saying because maybe it'll help me make my point. Spirit says he told a female friend not to date a guy because he was a bad guy, right? And then she dated him anyway, of course, and it went bad. And then he spread their sex problems all across the neighborhood. See, I don't want to be involved in that shit. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my daughter. I don't believe in being involved in bullshit. So the message that I'm trying to send, I'm going to try to wrap this story up. But one of the main messages I'm trying to send men and to any women listening, it, you don't have responsibility. You don't feel like you have responsibility to something that you don't have authority over. In this case, at least. I mean, maybe there's some other cases where that advice doesn't apply. But in this case, you don't have responsibility over anything or anyone that you don't have authority over. So I don't have authority over Temple. So I'm not responsible to vet her boyfriend at over 40 years old. No, she's a loved one. So it would be me doing her a solid. It would be me doing her a solid. But let me put this angle on it. Think Temple's boyfriend may be tied to some type of street activity. Let's say that. I think Temple's new boyfriend may be tied to some type of street activity. I don't involve myself with people like that. Okay? And I don't think any of you listening should either. Now, to people who come from a certain environment, it's like, oh, nigga, stop being pussy. You can call it what you want. And speaking of being pussy, I spoke to Shirley, not Temple, but Shirley. I spoke to Shirley and I consulted her about this ordeal, about if I should if I should meet Temple's boyfriend, right? And Shirley, I'm not gonna say Shirley shamed me, but maybe I will say that. Shirley somewhat tried to shame me, basically saying you punking out. She didn't word it like this, but you punking out. You can't let the crew down like this. I'll just say crew. You can't let the crew down like this. Like you one of the men in the crew. You got to represent and hold it down and be there for the women in the crew because you one of the men in the crew. It's manipulation. She sounded very disappointed. And then, look, I'll be honest. We'll get vulnerable here for a second. It did hurt my feelings to hear how disappointed Shirley was. I'm not gonna lie. It hurt my feelings a little bit. The emotional manipulation, it was working a little bit. That's why I'm coming here. Maybe y'all can help me figure this shit out. But anyway, Big Herc says, I have a cousin that dates all the gang members in town. Oh my gosh. And tries to introduce me to him. Okay, see, I'm glad I brought this up. We got a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And tries to introduce me to him. I try to avoid her in general because if I piss her off, she could sick 10 gang dudes after me. Exactly. Exactly. Now that's not quite my situation, but that is a perfect story of essentially what I'm talking about. That is a perfect, thank you, Big Herc. That that encompasses everything I was trying to convey. Exactly. So let me use that example. That's a perfect example. Because one of the main reasons, there's two main reasons I don't want to meet my loved one's new boyfriend. One of the reasons is I'm not too certain that this is even going to be around in a year, that this relationship is even going to be around in a year. So who gives a fuck if I meet him or not? Because he's probably not going to be here in a year. That's part of my thought process on it. My other process, my other process of it, or my other thought process is this is somebody who potentially is involved in some type of street shit. I don't want nothing to do with that at all. And no one in their right mind should. I have a strict policy when it come to motherfuckers who involved in anything that could be deemed street. You could just be hanging out meeting a motherfucker looking for him and I get shot in my head. You see what I'm saying? Now, thank you. I'm glad T Orlando said this. He says RB is scary as fuck. You know what? You can call it that. I mean, of course, I wouldn't call it that. I would call it being cautious, precautious, and moving strategically. Now, but I'm glad you said that, T Orlando. T Orlando said I'm scary as fuck. When I talked to Shirley, that's the vibe she was giving off. Like, nigga, you scary as fuck. You scared to meet the nigga or something? Soft ass nigga. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. Shirley is. I love Shirley. I love Shirley dearly. But that was the energy. It was in her tone. She didn't say anything disrespectful, but her tone was, nigga, stop being scary, bitch ass nigga. So well, she definitely thought it. I'm positive she was thinking that. I'm 100% positive that's what she was thinking. So let me read. Big Herc says, Unless she's getting smacked up right in front of you, I'd avoid it and tell Shirley, I'm not risking my future for the girls right now and maybe a month. Okay, I kind of don't get the. I'm assuming the end part was you saying like maybe I'll meet him at a later date is what you were saying, Big Hurt. I mean, yeah, okay, I'll say this. I mean, of course, if my loved one is getting smacked up in front of me, I'm gonna do something, or I think I'm gonna do something, and I'm just being real when I say think because people are always saying what they would do in a situation, but you really don't know what you would do unless you were in that situation before and you did a certain thing, and even then, you don't know if you're gonna do it again this time. But y'all get my point, you know? I've taken up for loved ones before, but oh, I see what you're saying. So Big Herc says no, like you go to jail for her temporary relationship. Exactly. I don't think. Here's the thing. If I meet the guy, I don't think anything is gonna happen. It's really the principle of the thing. I mean, technically, I would meet him, but I don't want to meet him now. If that makes sense. Like, let's see what happens with this, and then I'll meet him. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
He stands for, what he believes in. No, of course. It's only the ability you have to provide. But she's not a gold digger, guys. Don't get it twisted. Right? And she talks about her expensive clothes. You know how much my makeup is? But she's not superficial at all, guys. Don't get it the wrong way. And then also, look, this whole thing where these women say, actually, if you are a leader...
I actually want to talk about that too. I want to talk about that too. The whole soft, tough thing. As a man, you do have to be tough as a man in a lot of ways just to get through life. Um, yeah, I want to talk about this because I was thinking about this the other day. As a man, you're constantly being tested by everybody. Well, let me reword that. As a man, people are always trying to punk you. I mean, I've learned that. I mean, you just learn it as a man going through life. Everybody is always trying to punk you. Y'all can tell me if that's not your experience, but I think this is a man experience. It's not just mine. Or maybe I just look soft and everybody trying to punk me, right? I doubt it. It's a man thing. I'm confident. Everybody is trying to punk you from the age of, let's just say, 12 and up. Women are trying to punk you. We talk about that on this channel. And sometimes in modern times, they're literally trying to dominate you like a man, like literally punk you. Like, shut up, nigga, or I beat your ass type shit. And then they try to punk you in other feminine, covert ways, but I don't want to get in a tangent on that. So women are trying to punk you. Other men are definitely constantly trying to punk you and dominate you. Shit, even kids. Shit. Pit bull, get off the leash. The pit bull trying to punk you. As a man, you constantly are defending against people trying to punk you. Oh, Sheila, I'm glad you're here, Sheila. I need your advice, Sheila. I need your advice, Sheila. Need your advice. Because I think this can hit close to home for you, Sheila. I think you have personal experiences that will align with what I'm talking about. But let me just finish this thought. So as a man, people are constantly trying to punk you. So you constantly have to defend against getting punked every day. Every fucking day. I mean, maybe not every single day, but yeah, kinda. Like if you out in the world, you working this and that, you're defending against women trying to punk you, men trying to punk you, kids trying to punk you. So a lot of times men develop this super defensive, this defensive hard shell. Like it's almost like we got to walk in the door with a chip on our shoulder and our head on swivel and our energy like What you say, motherfucker? You trying to be funny? What's up? I'm ready. I'm ready for the smoke. It's almost like, yeah, as a man, you have to be ready for smoke and ready to get into it with a motherfucker or check a motherfucker at a moment's notice. And let me put it like this: different men handle it in different ways. And like I said, some men they have that they put up that defensive wall. They put up that I'm just about to walk around with a mean mug on my face and I'm gonna be short with people. And what you say? What motherfucker? You want smoke? Want smoke? I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to exist like that in the world. I don't, man. That sounds fucking horrible. That doesn't sound like a good life or a good energy to walk around with at all. But to be fair, I understand it. For the men that do walk around like that, I get it because motherfuckers are literally constantly trying to punk you and play you. So I struggle. I struggle with trying to maintain my Christly spirit while also not letting motherfuckers punk you and taking up for yourself. It's a thin line, man. Because look, I'll give you an example, and then I'll try to wrap up this story. And Sheila, I'll tell you the story because maybe you can give me some guidance. Well, not that I'm getting guidance from a woman, not guidance. I'm leading, goddammit, I'm the man. But just your input. And yeah, Christly probably isn't a word, but I just made it one. I don't think Christly is a word though. But anyway, okay, real quick. Big Herc says, being a man is saying I don't want to meet him and standing behind those words, in my opinion. State your reasons and go on about your business. Yeah. Yeah, I feel yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I pretty much agree with you, Big Herc. Yeah, not guidance. Definitely not guidance, but your opinion. That's a better way to put it, Sheila. But anyway, I knew this guy once, and he was the type of guy who really didn't take no shit. And let me give you a little bit of context. We both worked at a job. We were two black men. I don't want to give too many details, but it's whatever. We were two black men working at a job, and our jobs were our jobs were like low man on the totem pole jobs. I'll just say that. Okay. We were two black guys who were the lowest on the totem pole. Okay. And I don't want to say we worked for a company. How can I put it? Management were white men. Let's just put it like that. M- Oh, anyway, management were white men, if that gives you any type of context. No shocker. And we were the two black men lowest on the totem pole. So if you can kind of I'm hoping that's painting a certain type of picture as far as the energy in that place, or far as how we would be treated as the two black guys who were the lowest on the totem pole, being led and directed um, by these, white men. But anyway, the guy that I worked with, he was unique in the sense that this is the first time I seen a guy at work who was low man on the totem pole checking motherfuckers, checking the CEO, but he's doing it respectfully. He's not doing some nigga shit. He's calmly and respectfully getting at these niggas. If anybody try to play with him, I don't give. You know how like at work, if the regional manager come in, everybody kind of tucking their shirt and oh shit, everybody be on you up and up. It's regional manager in here. He's the type of guy. Let me give him a name so y'all can know what I'm talking about. Jackie, a black man named Jackie. And I should be able to tell you a little bit about him. I don't think I'm gonna dox anybody here. He was short. That's a pretty big part of the story. Jackie was short, a short black man. Okay, and so let's put it all together. A short black man who was the lowest man on the totem pole at work. Now we all heard of the Napoleon complex. He had it. It almost never fails. He had the Napoleon complex. So But let me just say, I sympathize with Jackie because I'm sure Jackie being short and black, going through life, motherfuckers is gonna try to play you and shit on you and make you and play you like a punk. White people are gonna play you like a punk because you're black, you're a nigger, and then you're also short. So, get the fuck out of here, you little short, bitch ass, blackie. And then you the lowest man on totem pole. Yeah, you're just an insignificant little short little punk blackie. So that was the context of how a lot of white people probably treated him throughout his life. And then, okay, let me read this comment real quick. Big Herc says you got to be able to pay the price if you stand up for yourself in certain situations. Facts. Sounds like he was willing to risk his job. It didn't sound like a great job, anyways. Okay, let me. I love what you just said, Big Herc. I love what you just said. And these are man considered. Well, I'm not even going to say these are man situations because this could be with women too. Let me read that again. He says, you have to be able to pay the price if you stand up for yourself in certain situations. Let's stop there. That's a great line, the Big Hurt. People always talk about standing up for yourself as if it's just, well, yeah, of course, yeah, stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Just stand up for yourself. It sounds good in theory, but practically, you got to ask yourself, am I willing to face the consequences for standing up for myself in certain situations? I'm gonna give you an example. If a motherfucker pull a pistol on me, well, yeah, Sheila said she's been fired for standing up for myself. Yeah, that's real shit. And I could go on a whole tangent about 9-to-5 jobs and how it's the most degrading experience that we go through as humans, 9-to-5 jobs, and why. But I won't go on that tangent. I mean, the example I would give that. I mean, if somebody pull a pistol on you, and there's certain motherfuckers you could pull a pistol on them, they gonna try to go for the gun. Well, Tupac, which was stupid. Like, shout out to Pac, rest in peace, Pac. But these motherfuckers, from what I understand, two niggas walked up he was in the elevator or about to walk in the elevator or whatever or something. Let's just say he was in the elevator. The doors open up. Look, this is not a verbatim thing, but just roll with me. This is generally what happened. I'm sure I'm making up some of these details, but you get the gist. Hey, that's fucking hilarious, Sheila. Okay, let me read that out loud for the people who don't see the live chat on the replay. Sheila says, people were eating my lunch and I put ghost peppers in my lunch on purpose to see who it was and got fired. That's fucking hilarious, Sheila. And you could be a motherfucker when you want to be, can't you, Sheila? I'm sorry. I like it. But anyway, let me go back to two things. I get sidetracked so often because I go on so many side tangents. But we're going to get back to Jackie, short black Jackie from work. Because I forgot why I even brought him up. But we'll go back to him. Tupac. Consequences of standing up for yourself. When is it dumb? When is it smart to stand up for yourself? So Tupac was in the elevator. The doors open up, I guess, and two goons are standing there and they pull out pistols and they like, nigga, run your jewelry. Tupac is the type of nigga Tupac in his head, based on what I know about Tupac from just listening to his music and interviews and shit, nigga, I ain't giving you my shit. You gotta kill me, nigga. And certain niggas like that. Certain niggas aren't giving up the jewelry. You gotta just kill them. Some niggas is willing to die on it. Like, no, you just got, I'm fighting, you just gonna have to shoot me, nigga. Now that's dumb. Let me just be a sensei here and say, people that's listening, if a motherfucker pull out a pistol on you, give them whatever they asking for, please. Just give them what they're asking for, folks. Please. But anyway, so when they pull out the pistols on Pac goes for his pistols, and that's when they shoot him. But those were the consequences of him standing up for himself. So yeah, just to keep it general, you got to pick and choose when you stand up for yourself. Like as hard as it may be to say, or for some people to accept this, you shouldn't always take up for yourself. As weird as that sounds, because we always hear, always take up for yourself, always take up for yourself, always take up for yourself. It's a little more nuanced than that. Um, Spirit says it's no way to ensure they won't shoot you after you give them the shit anyway. Um, well, yeah, you're right, but your best bet is just to give them the shit and hope they don't shoot you. I don't think there's any situation where I would tell somebody, yeah, just go for the gun. The only time I would tell somebody to go for the gun, I don't want to go on too many side tangents. We're gonna get back to short black Jackie, and maybe and if you could, is there anybody who can trace back how I got to talking about short black Jackie? I knew we got on the topic of taking up for yourself somehow, but can anybody link short black Jackie to the is the best idea to stand up for yourself? Um, Buffering again. Okay, I think I'm back. Um, so T Orlando, okay, I feel like I'm getting some pushback on what you should do if a nigga pull out a pistol and say, "Give me your whatever." I'm getting some pushback on that. So can y'all please tell me what the better strategy is if a nigga pull out a gun and say, "Give me your fucking chain and your watch"? The regional manager. Well, yeah, I think the regional manager. I was talking about the regional. I don't know. Okay, anyway. Okay, what was I? Okay, did I finish the Pac tangent? Well, yeah, the point of all that was it's not always a good idea to stand up for yourself. You got to pick and choose when you stand up for yourself. Um, oh, I know how I got from Shirley Temple to short black Jackie because T Orlando called me a bitch for not wanting to meet Temple's boyfriend, and then I went on a tangent about how you're constantly people are constantly attempting to punk a man his whole life. Um, so anyway, let's go back to short. Let's finish up on short black Jackie. So I know people have been trying to punk short black Jackie his whole life. They've been making fun of short black Jackie um probably his whole life. Short black Jackie has dealt with people at work trying to play him and punk him cuz that's what people do at work. If you're the new guy or you're the low man on the totem pole, people are going to talk to you like you a 6-year-old little bitch ass punk. They're gonna bitch you, and not only are they gonna bitch you, they're gonna just belittle you and talk to you like you're 6. A 6-year-old redheaded stepchild is how people talk to you at work. If you're blatantly the like lower man on the totem pole, or even if you're not, people are gonna try you like that at work every fucking time. Numerous people are gonna try you like that at work every fucking time. Okay, so just keep all that in context when I'm telling you about short black Jackie. So going through a life like that as short black Jackie, he developed this I think he developed a strategy, okay? And I think over the years of getting treated like shit at jobs, he developed a strategy of I'm gonna learn everything humanly possible about this job so a nigga can't tell me shit or try to punk me about shit. So he developed a strategy where it's like when I get hired at the job and they, the hiring interview or whatever, where they give you the handbook or whatever, he reads the whole fucking handbook and probably memorizes it. So when he start on his first day, a motherfucker can't tell him shit. Like if a motherfucker be like, "Oh, you got to change the trash 2 times a day." No, actually, motherfucker, you got to change it 3. And code number 9 on page 67, you got to change it 3. So yeah, don't try to tell me nothing. I read the handbook. And let me explain that real quick. And women, I ain't gonna say women don't understand it. Let me just put it like this: in male world, in male world, in man world, you can't walk around with a chip on your shoulder if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about or know what the fuck you're doing. Niggas is gonna get you out of there. Niggas is gonna roast you. If you gonna walk around with your head up high and your chest poked out, you better know what the fuck you're talking about and what the fuck you're doing. Because in situations like that, the person who knows more can talk the most shit. Or if you know, like if you know all the rules and how everything going, you know you the best at the job, you can kind of walk around and check motherfucker. No, it's supposed to go like this. You gotta do it like this. No. But when you on a certain level, motherfuckers can't really check you like that. Cause no, I know what I'm doing, motherfucker. I don't need you to try to tell me. Like I know what I'm doing. I know the handbook better than you. So it was a way for short black Jackie to have some leverage, even though he was the low man on the totem pole. Because his leverage was, I know the handbook better than the CEO know the handbook. So, watch how you talking to me. That was a way for him to gain. And you know what? I respect it. I honestly, I respect. That was clever. He was really good at his job. But back to the regional manager, yeah. Well, not that was what this was about. But what I'm saying is, so when the regional manager would come in, he already would have his shirt tucked in. He even made a comment one day, like everybody try to, rush to tuck their shirt in when a regional manager come in. But I already have my shirt tucked in. I already follow all the handbook rules. So niggas can't tell me shit. Cause I'm already doing what I'm supposed to do. I know how to do everything. Like, don't try to little boy me. And I respect that. Because I'll be completely honest. Motherfuckers tried to little boy me the whole time at that company. But I saw the difference, even though we were somewhat, obviously Jackie had more experience than me. I was newer. So Jackie would try to little boy me. And obviously all the other people, I'm a new guy, all the other people would try to little boy me. But another point I want to make about Jackie. Jackie wasn't going to let nobody give him shit, no matter what his position was at the company. Big Herc says he was still playing his cards because, like someone said above, everyone is replaceable, even if they make the company money. I mean, I agree with that. But the main point I want to make about Short Black Jackie is if you said anything somewhat kind of slick to Jackie, even if it wasn't blatant, if you said anything somewhat kind of slick to Jackie, and I don't give a fuck if you was the regional manager, he was gonna tell you about yourself. Not in a way to get him fired, but just in a way like, no, we ain't doing that. Don't talk to me like that. I did it right. Like he did it in a professional way. I'm not giving it justice, but he did it in a professional way. But even if the CEO came in and said, you're really supposed to move the boxes like that, he'd be like, no, actually, in the handbook, it say move it like this. So I did the right thing. He would tell the CEO that. And you know what? I respect it. I respect it, but the point that I want to make is because I was working hand to hand with him. I mean, we was working hand to hand all day. Like we were pretty much next to each other and with each other the whole day. Pause. But he would check every fucking comment. Like even if we dealt with customers, nobody could say anything funny to him because he had a witty comeback for it, and he didn't give a fuck who you were. The president could come in and be like, "Hey, well, he would check the president." I'm not saying that he's just this scary big dog, but I'm just saying he wasn't letting nothing slide, no matter who you were, and he was quick too, quick witted. I'm not as quick witted as him. I mean, I could be quick witted on this show, but I'm not really quick witted when it comes to a motherfucker constantly throwing unexpected shots at me. I'll be honest. So he was quick, and I respected that. And sometimes I'll be like, damn, I wish I was that quick when motherfuckers say slick shit to me. I don't think of nothing good to say till I get in the car that night. Like, damn, I should have said this. I think a lot of people are like that. Quiet as kept. But I wanted, so on one end, I respected it, I admired it, and I not envied it. Well, maybe it is envy. I don't know. I wish I kind of had that. But then on the other end, I thought to myself, man, that shit seemed exhausting to have to check people literally all day for every little comment. When I really thought about it, I'm like, I would get exhausted doing that. And the reason I got on this topic is I was talking about how people are constantly attempting to punk men. And Jackie was the extreme case of a nigga who didn't let shit slide. So so I'm thinking like if I was a man who checked every slick comment, every smart remark, every attempt at punking me in any way, I'm like I don't want to do that. I did that. I would be so fucking drained with that. I don't want to fucking do that. But then the opposite is letting shit slide too much, and then motherfuckers thinking you a punk, and then piling on more. So I struggle with that. I'll be honest, y'all. I'm not saying I've never checked nobody about nothing or I never snapped out. I snapped out at a couple jobs actually, and I don't want to get into details with that. But yeah, I completely snapped out at a couple jobs. So what would Jackie do in the temple situation? Uh, that's a good one. I don't know. That's a good. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. But back to temple to wrap that up, so maybe we can get to a show. Oh, let me ask, is Sheila still here? Sheila, are you still here? I don't know if Sheila is still here. What details is Craig asking for? Because I forgot what I just said. After I say shit on the show, I forget it um in seconds. Trying to wrap up the temple situation. Sheila, let me know if you're still here. Okay. So okay, Sheila. I'm pretty sure you still have a boyfriend. I'm in a situation where a loved one wants me to meet a new boyfriend. And I kind of don't want to meet him for two reasons. And I'll tell you why. Well, first, let me say this. I talked to some loved ones, some female loved ones, or I talked to a specific female loved one, Shirley. Or I think he was here when I talked about it. And Shirley made me okay, I may be able to go into some details of me crashing out at work after this. So I talked to Shirley and she basically shamed me and said that I should meet Temple's boyfriend because I got to represent as a man for the crew, so to speak. And the women in the crew don't have a lot of men to go to for this type of stuff, and they don't have a lot of men that are there for them. So I need to step up as a man and meet the boyfriend. I need to man up and meet the boyfriend. Now, I think you can relate to this, Sheila, because I think you have a fairly new boyfriend, and I think you would want the men in your life, male relatives, to step up, meet him, give him a stamp of approval, and it would mean a lot to you. And I'm sure once you knew that you were going to be with dude, you were excited to have bro meet your male family members and get their approval, so to speak, their manly approval, and to have them be there for you, and step up as men in your life and meet them, right? I'm pretty sure that's how you feel about the situation. Um, oh my gosh. Shout out to T Orlando. He says, RB, grab your sack and meet the nigga. And yeah, I'm sure that's how Shirley felt when I told her I didn't want to meet him or am not gonna meet him. And I know that's how Temple is gonna feel if I tell her I don't want to meet her. Okay, so yeah, we're in agreement, Sheila. Agreement, Sheila. I know that's how you would feel as a woman. Sheila said it would be helpful for you to step up as a man and do that. But let me tell you my logic. Logic, Sheila. Here's why I don't want to meet him, Sheila. I think there may be some type of street element there. I'm not really worried about that per se, but I'm gonna throw that in there. I think there may be somewhat of a street element there based on something that was said, and I don't involve myself with those type of people at all. That's one reason why I'm hesitant to meet him. The other reason why I'm hesitant to meet him is I'm just not too sure this is gonna be something real serious and last for years and years. You know, I kind of want to. I'm the type that I kind of fall back and just watch for a bit. Like let's see what happened before I get involved. But yeah, you made a very important point, Sheila, because this is the point I made at the beginning of the stream. I don't have the authority to tell her to not date him. I don't have the authority to tell her not to date him. So even if I meet him and I'm like, no, I got a bad energy, temple, I ain't feeling him. And based on the shit you said about him somewhat being involved in the streets and the thing you said about him maybe still talking to another chick while he was trying to see what was up with you, I just ain't feeling it. It's a no for me. Um, and yeah, I could pretty much tell her that now before I meet him. Because that's kind of how I feel about it. Even before I meet him. Just based on what she told me, I would say no. Like as the male figure, whatever, I would tell her no, based off a couple of things that she said about him. But I know I don't have the authority to tell her no. She's gonna date him regardless. So that's another reason why I'm just like, it don't really matter if I meet him or not. I get where you coming from, where you want me to meet him, and I'm honored, I guess, that you care enough about what I think. But I don't involve myself with anybody who are involved in the streets in any way. Because there can be danger involved with that, or just yeah, I don't even want to know them. I don't even want to know anybody in the streets. Um, and there's another. I want to see how I can word this. There's another thing about this situation. Uh, this is hold on. Let me read this real quick. I was fortunate that I had male authority and followed their advice and led me to good pastures. Yeah, facts. Yeah, T. Orlando is correct. I duck all smoke when possible. I think it's a pretty smart strategy. I think about that all the time. This whole idea of ducking smoke. I think about this all the time. Ducking smoke. I think smart men avoid unnecessary smoke. I think mature, smart men avoid unnecessary smoke. I take pride in avoiding unnecessary smoke. And that goes back to what we was just talking about people constantly trying to punk men. And the way I feel is, especially at work, what the fuck? What was I saying? People are always. Sometimes I feel like people are trying to get you to crash out. Like especially like at work situations, people are constantly trying to test you, and a lot of people thrive off conflict. That's a fact. When I'm thinking about all the jobs I've ever had, it's just like, damn, do you motherfuckers really just be thirsty to stir up any type of conflict for any reason? That shit is annoying, and it's bothersome to my spirit. But yeah, I don't have that aggression in my belly. I mean, I can have it because I can tell you a story about when I crashed out at work. I can have some fire in my belly, but I got to get there. That's not a place I want to be, if that makes sense. I don't want to be in a space where I'm crashing out and I'm mad and I'm ready to fight a nigga because he looked at me wrong. That's not what kind of human I want to be, man. But that's the type of human that other humans push you to be every day. Push those buttons every day to be a fucking crash out. Um, I think men are highly skeptical of other men being brought into their either his family, friend circle. Men are very skeptical of other men coming through the door. And I think as we should be, it's just in our fucking nature. Like who the fuck is this motherfucker? What's up with him? What's his story? And y'all know how I feel about people in general. I don't feel like most people are good people. So my default is this nigga's a piece of shit. until he thoroughly proves he isn't. And based on the things that Temple told me already, I'm already convinced. I'm cool. Not to say people can't change and there can't be nuance and stuff, but nah. Nah. Oh, to give you some other quick context, I'm really not a fan of yeah. Shout out to Shirley. She said her dad had shotguns ready. I mean, yeah, but see, let me talk to Sheila specifically. Yeah, let me talk to Sheila specific because I said I don't know if you were here, Sheila. I don't think you were here when I first started talking about this. At the at the beginning of yeah, I feel like Temple wants to feel a sense of me meeting him as a sense of protection and approval and just to show my face like, yeah, nigga, she got male loved ones who here for her and love her, nigga, so don't fuck with her. And a part of me do want to well, a part of me I do want to be that. But I'm conflicted because okay, talking to you specifically, Sheila. Talking to you specifically. Okay. Because I asked at the beginning of the show, is it a son's responsibility to protect his mother from her thug ass boyfriends every other 6 months? Is it a father's? Let's just go to here. Is it a father's responsibility to um um oh, I'm not going to Sheila for man advice, but I'm talking to Sheila specifically because I want to get a female perspective. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but this is a subject that I definitely want some female input on because we're talking it out. Uh, what was I? Well, yeah, Sheila. I'm curious what you think about this. Do you think it's a son's responsibility? Let's just go father. Let's go father. Is it a father's responsibility to constantly be fighting and arguing and getting into it with with his daughter's thug boyfriends every 6 months? She got a different thug boyfriend every 6 months. Should the dad pull up with the shotty every 6 months when the new thug boyfriend is beating on his daughter? Should he kill a nigga every 6 months? He gonna be in the jail. I mean, after the first one or two. Just curious about the female perspective. Okay, Sheila says the reason why my dad brothers were protective of me, my dad's brothers, uncles, because I was sheltered all my life. I was a virgin when I got married. That's dope. That's dope. Well, see, yeah, that's different though. That's definitely different. I mean, that's a different situation. Your situation is definitely different. Um, so yeah, that's but yeah, I'll speak on it. Spirit says, but it's the same as a man dating a woman with 3 teen plus males with high protection attitude to their mother. The guy has to prove self to her and them. Yeah, fuck that. I mean, if I'm the guy coming, yeah, that's why I tell, yeah, fuck that shit. Well, let me touch on. See if I want to touch on this element. End of the day, this is a 40-plus-year-old woman. I don't want to deal. This shit ain't my responsibility. That's a part. A part of me is just frustrated with the whole idea of it. Like this shit ain't. Look, you didn't miss the boat for the whole vetting out boyfriend. This was supposed to be when you was a teenager. You 40 fucking plus years old. What the fuck am I still coming to meet and vet guys for you? Here's the ultimate point I want to make about the Temple story. fucking around with these women, and when I say these women, I'm talking about your mama, your daughter, your aunts, your female cousins. Fucking around with these women and their horrible choices in men will get you fucking killed as a man. I'm gonna say it again. Fucking around with these women's in your family or female friends or whatever, fucking around with the men that they pick, the horrible men that they pick, as we talk about on this channel, will fuck around and get you killed. Here's my stance on it. Here's my fucking stance on it. Because it somewhat depends on who we're talking about. But I'll just use mother right now. I'll use mother. If my mom is dating thug niggas every other 6 months, I'm out of it. But the point that I'm trying to make, don't let these women get you killed because they want to fuck with ain't shit niggas. Your mama, your sister, your daughter. Don't let these women get you killed because they want to fuck with the worst men on the planet. Shout out to Big Hurt. Spirit says, what's worse is even if you do it, once they don't listen and still go for the same guys, it's like, why risk it if she didn't listen the first time? I mean, yeah, that's why that's kind of like the point I'm making. So let's just talk about my theoretical daughter. I would be super fucking protective. And I look, how I look at it, I'm supposed to be heavily, I put it like this. I feel like the father should have the final say on who his daughter is with. Obviously, I'm talking about vetting when she's young to vet for her husband. I feel like the dad should have a final say. Fucking period. Now with Temple, I don't have, like I said, go back to the Temple. I don't have no fucking say one way or another. So I don't give a fuck about meeting a nigga, frankly. And the street element makes me not want to fuck with him at all and never meet him, to be frank. But I mean, if they get married and actually spend the rest of their lives together or something, then obviously I'm gonna meet the nigga. There's no getting around it at that point. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but you get the point. But far as me meeting them when they've been dating a few months, I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about meeting some motherfucker you've been dating for 3 months. At least put a year in, and then I might, then we could talk. Mm. I know Big Herc. I know the whole dad having the final say it doesn't happen anymore. But shit, I would try to make it happen. I would force my will. Like I would try to make it happen. I mean, I wouldn't hold my breath, but um, but look, the ultimate point I want to make, and I'll try to wrap up with this shit. But the ultimate point I want to make about female family members and the men they fuck with, let me start here. Only women that I'm responsible for to protect. And we're not talking about in person. I mean, if I'm out with any of my female loved ones and somebody tries something, then I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna defend my female loved ones in their presence, of course. Like if some shit pop off, like, yeah, you gotta kill me before you hurt my female loved one in my presence. Let's get that out the way. But far as me being your guard dog and the person you could sick on, some dude you fucking with, I'm not. No, I'm never gonna be that for any female other than my daughter. And even with that, is limits to it. And I'll give you an example. So, like I said, I should be the one essentially picking my daughter's mate, but let's just end there. Um, um, I'll give my daughter one get out of jail free card. I'll come over with the shotgun one time. If let's just say my daughter fucking with a street nigga and I told her not to fuck with him, but she fucking with him anyway, and she called me, this is a one get out of jail free card. And look, I'm just talking. I don't know what the fuck I would do. I might snap if I found out a motherfucker put his hands on my daughter, regardless of what the circumstance is. I might snap and kill a nigga. Who knows? But I'm just thinking in a logical brain right now. I'll give her a one get out of jail free card. She fucking with a nigga. I told her not to fuck with him. She called me, Daddy. I should have never fucked with him. Look, I just want to get away. He won't let me leave. Okay, I'll come over with the shotty one time. But if I come over with the shotty, risk my life and my freedom, and she go back to him, I'm done for life. And not only even if she just go back to him, if she break up with him, I get her out, whatever situation. And then her next boyfriend, a thug nigga, we would have a clear conversation. I mean this shit this time. Do not. I don't care what's going on. He choking you. He putting you in a figure four. Do not call me. I love you, and I hope you be safe out there. But I'm out. It's over with. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out of that. Don't fucking call me. Call the police. Don't call me. No, now that's for my daughter. Now, my daughter's the only one who even get that. Now, okay, once again, like I said, if we out and about and some nigga get to jumping on my niece, uncle, yeah, we fighting, of course, instantly. But if y'all out and he jump on you, don't call me to sick me on him. That's y'all business. You a grown woman. That's who you picked. You didn't come to my help to vet him to decide if you should pick him or not in the first place. I'm out of it. Don't call me. I'm not going to jail or dying because your dumb ass want to fuck with pieces of shit. That's the message I'm trying to send to you. I don't give a fuck who it is, your daughter, your mom. This is just my advice. You don't need to be dying and going to jail because some bitch in your life. I hate that, yeah, but I'm gonna talk like that for this second. I'm gonna put some stank on it because some bitch in your life, your bitch mom or bitch daughter or bitch whatever, wants to fuck with pieces of shit. It's not your responsibility to die and go to jail because guess what? When you die or go to jail for being a real man and stepping up for your aunt, sister, daughter, whatever, while you're sitting in prison getting fucked by Big Raymond, she's gonna be fucking the next thug and scumbag. So no, no, no. So do I feel responsible for Temple's relationship or going to vet or show some dominance to Temple's boyfriend? No, I don't. I don't. So the final word on this Temple shit, I don't know if I'm gonna meet him this time. I don't know if I'm gonna meet him because I have to. How do I word this? This isn't a situation where I'm driving 15 minutes up the street. If y'all can put two and two together. Wait, what did you? Let me go back and see what Big Herc just said. Some women would cause the situation because they feel special when the drama's about them. Won't even visit you in jail or any money on your books. Facts. Yeah, facts, Big Herc. Yeah, that's my whole point. And yeah, that's my whole point. But back to the third part of this situation, other than him somewhat maybe being involved in the streets and the fact that he kind of lied about still talking to his ex the whole year that he was talking to Temple, that's shady. But what up, Lucky? But the other element to this isn't a me drive 15 minutes up the street situation. I'll just leave it at that. So this is a whole other ordeal. Um, I don't know. I guess P Orlando say I should take my soft ass and go meet him. Um, um. So what's the final word, everybody? Based on everything you've heard, should I meet Temple's boyfriend? T. Orlando says yes. We got 1 vote for yes. Anything else? Any other votes? I mean, I'm gonna do what I want to do, but just want to see what y'all think. We got 1 vote yes. I don't know if that's T. Orlando's real. I'm trying to see. I'm not trying to get y'all to sway me one way or another, but you know, my mom unfortunately is one of those women who puts herself in dramatic situations. I stopped dealing with my mom. We don't speak. That's unfortunate. I mean, or maybe not unfortunate. Okay, Craig says I need to meet him. Okay, we got 2 votes for yes. Okay, I'm asking the bros. I mean, everybody chime in, but okay, we got 2 votes for yes. Then you can get free to get out of jail or pay your hospital bills. Yeah. So we got 2 votes for yes. Keep the votes coming in. Should I meet him? Should I meet him? I'm gonna let's see. Go out of your way to meet him? No. If he's at a family outing, maybe. Well, okay, fuck it. I'll just tell y'all. I don't think I'm doxing anything by saying this. I'm already gonna be going out of my way to go to a certain place that isn't close to me. To go link up with people, I'll just say. I'm already going out of my way. I'm already gonna be in that the town is out of my way. That this is it, that Temple is in is out of my way. So Temple's dad is not around. Temple's dad is not around, I'll say. To throw that out there. And I'll also put out there, I'm not technically the only guy in Temple's life that could meet him or be a male presence or whatever. I'm not the only guy. But anyway, so we got 2 votes for yes, 1 vote for no. I think Sheila is still on the fence. What was I about to say? So yeah, I'm already going to this town, this faraway town. I'm already gonna be in that town. And she's trying to coordinate while I'm in that town to meet him. So I'm already gonna be in that area. And I'm not in that area often. So anyway, but Sheila says meet him. So we got 3 votes for yes. Oh gosh. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I'll meet him, but yeah. All right, we got 3 votes for meet him. Here's the thing. I'm sure if I meet him, it'll be just a regular. I mean, I don't think anything's gonna happen at the meeting. I think it's gonna be a regular ass meeting, and I'm sure he'll be nice, But so I guess in that sense, okay, everybody's saying meet him, so fuck it. I guess you know what? Fuck it. I don't know, yo. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but thanks for your input. Everybody's pretty much saying meet him. Ah, it's funny. No, it wouldn't just be me and him meeting at a McDonald's by ourselves. That shit would be awkward as fuck. Like, can you meet my boyfriend? He'll meet you at McDonald's or wherever at that shit would be super awkward. Super fucking awkward. Um I'm sure it'll be like a group. It'll be a group ordeal. Um but fuck was I about to say? I also have a bad experience I also have a bad experience with these fucking boyfriends. Like it's all just kind of absurd. 40 plus year old women and their boyfriends, these 30 and 40 plus women with their boyfriends. I mean, she doesn't have a boyfriend every 6 months. She's been single for a long time. So this probably means a lot to her. I know I probably got to just meet him, don't I? Oh, Fuck. Uh, Here's the thing, X. Well, yeah, Big Herc says my instincts are going haywire for a reason. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, Big Herc. I think that here's the this is what I think, and y'all can tell me what you think about what I think. I think I should wait to meet him. It's not that I won't meet him, but it's only been a few months. Maybe would it be cool if I wait to meet him? Maybe that can be the compromise. I'll meet him. No big. It's not a huge deal. But let's let him prove himself for a year or something. Let's see if he's even going to be around after a year, and then I'll meet him. It'll be more solidified. You know, me meeting that actually is a bigger reason, not the biggest reason, but that's one of the bigger considerations I'm considering. Like this motherfucker, is this motherfucker even going to be around a month after I meet him? And I'm not trying to hype up like I'm Jay-Z or something. Like, yo, he got to earn his way to meet me, big dog me. That's not. I'm not coming from that place. Um, but I'm just stopping by, in town real quick. Like, it's not like I'm gonna be a factor anyway. Even if the motherfucker do smack her up, I probably like. I'm not gonna come back to the town just to. uh. So X says I'm kicking the can down the road. Well, essentially, but I'm strategically kicking the can down the road for good reason. I think. Let the nigga be around for at least a year. I mean, I guess they've been knowing each other for years, but that don't count. This is like officially in a relationship. Let's see if the relationship gonna work out. Let's see if the relationship get to at least the year mark, and then I'll meet him. Who knows? Maybe they won't even be. Maybe they won't even be together by the time it's time for me to visit that town. Whatever. We'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll. I'm very conflicted if y'all can't tell, but let's see if we. I'm sure it's already been 2 hours. I've been running off at my mouth. Uh, Shit, hour and 33 minutes. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Uh, so yeah, I think the final word from the chat is meet him, and I think my fair compromise could be I'll meet him, but not this visit. I'll meet him next visit. But let's go over a Kendra G. So thanks for everybody for stopping by. If you want to keep watching, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. You don't have to sign up. You're probably right, X. I am overthinking. You're right. If he really cares for her, he'll want to meet you on the first. Oh, wait, what? If he really cares for her, he'll want to meet you on video first? I mean, I don't know about that, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But yeah, you're right, X. I'm definitely overthinking it. I'm definitely overthinking it, X. There's no doubt about that. It's a flaw of mine, I guess. So look, everybody, I'm gonna keep streaming, but I'm gonna go stream over on Rumble because I want to go over a Kendra G episode. So you don't have to sign up. Oh shit, I'm getting advice over here on Persian. Let me see what Persian said. Let's see what Persian says. Why don't you want to meet him? How old is this relative that is requesting you to do this? He is a gangbanger. Not all street dudes are bad. I'm from the streets. Some of the realest people I know are from the streets. Well, yeah, yeah, Persian. Shout out to you, Persian. Shout out to you. And I've known street people. Look, okay, let's talk about that real quick. Fuck it. Are all street people bad people? How do I want to word this? How do I? I'm a judgmental guy. I am. I mean, most of the people I grew up with was involved in some shit. But I'm older now. I just see shit different. So okay, let's address the question: are all street people bad people? That's a tough question to answer for me. Um, I just think most people are bad people. But so if you already a street dude on top of me already thinking most people are bad, ah,
Grow the fuck up. Grow up.
okay, that was AD telling me to grow up. Let's see what else Persian said. Not all street dudes are bad. Some of the realest people I know are from the streets. Your worldview is a bit skewed, my bro. Not all short people get picked on. I mean, I know that all short. Well, I know all short people don't get picked on, and picked on maybe is the wrong word, but I'm pretty sure. I'll put it like this: I would bet that 100% of short men have had at least a couple of comments in their lifetime. I mean, we ain't gonna say they just are habitually picked on, but I would be pretty sure that at least in America, like 95% of short dudes have heard a couple of comments about being short. Like a 5'5" nigga, I think we would be hard pressed to find a 5'5" nigga who never heard nothing about being short. Like that's just, but I'm just saying. But I see where you're coming from, Persian. I see where you're coming from. Not all short people get picked on. Some of the most respectable, charismatic leaders were short dudes on all levels and historically speaking. I agree. Persian, are you short? Like, I'm just asking. Are you short, Persian? Okay, shout out to Persian. He says the question you need to ask yourself is if he was a white corporate guy, would you be less hesitant to meet him? So do I have internalized racism, Persian? Uh hold on, let me drop this link real quick. Let me drop this link. Oh man, that's a good question, Persian. Thank you for challenging me. Thank you for challenging me. Um let's address it. If he was a white corporate guy. Well, okay, Persian. I don't think if he was a white, clean cut square, I don't think white really has anything to do with it, to be frank. And I'm being brutally honest here. If he was a black, clean cut corporate guy, yes, I would be less hesitant to meet him. Cut the short nigga, short nigga. Wait, what? Cue the short nigga, short nigga, short nigga. Is that a song? Cue the short nigga. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, I don't think. Here's the thing, Persian, and I hope you're still here, Persian. Street niggas should know. I don't think street niggas can be bothered by the idea that, yeah, if people find out you a street nigga, people not gonna want to fuck with you. There's a lot of people who don't want shit to do with anybody who was involved in the streets. There's It's the same thing with tattoos. If you got a tattoo on your face, I yes, motherfuckers are gonna judge you and probably not want anything to do with you. Is it right? I mean, I don't know. I don't, but it ain't wrong. I'll say that. I don't think. I mean, we could go deep on it. Okay, let's just go here. Can a motherfucker be a good person with a tattoo on their face? Yes. Can a motherfucker have been in the streets for 10 years and changed their life around and now they're a devout Christian and they're a good person now? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. But if I'm being real, well, let's just say me. Yeah, I wasn't a street nigga, but let's just say I was. And I was in the streets. I gang banged. I sold dope for 10, 15 years. And I went to jail for 5 years. And, I changed my life. I found God. I got out of jail. I turned my life around. I started a trucking company. Wink, wink, a trucking company. Um, It seemed like a nigga that got out of jail always started a trucking company. But anyway, I started a trucking company. I'm a good man now. I'm legit good now. I don't touch the streets. I don't even steal cable. Well, it ain't even cable no more, but y'all know what I mean. Super clean cut. I don't even take aspirin. I'm a new man. Okay, fine. But if as much as it would hurt my feelings about somebody not wanting to fuck with me, or oh, I'm sorry, we can't come around you because you know you've been to jail and you used to gangbang and used to sell dope, I would have to respect it. It would hurt my feelings. Or if I, if I dated a new girl, right, and she's like, oh, my family doesn't want to meet you because they heard that you've been to jail before and you were involved in the streets and you did a 5-year bid, and I'm sorry, RB, my family doesn't want to meet you. I have to respect that shit because I get it. Even though I'll be like, but I'm a changed man. Like, no matter how much it will hurt my feelings, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. I can't lie, dude. I couldn't even be mad at the family. I'd be like, I gotta respect it. Or if I had a tattoo on my face and the family, I was dating this new girl, I'm really in love with her. My family don't want to meet you because you got a tattoo on your face. I'd be like, yeah, I get it. But anyway, Persian says there is a different level to the streets. Some people are from the streets and you'd never be able to tell because they don't carry that energy. I mean, I agree. I mean, from the streets. I mean, okay. So you didn't say from the hood because there's people from the hood who aren't in the streets. Um, I mean, look, yeah, I'm cool. Look, obviously I've come in contact with plenty of people who was in the streets or from the streets, and I've had a good rapport with many of them. I have, but in my older age, like far as meeting new people, and I hear about they in the streets or was in the street. No, I'm cool. That's just where I'm at now in my life. Yeah, yeah. I'm not condemning street niggas to hell or nothing like that, but just it's just they don't man guys like RB most timed in 2026. Okay, I'm completely confused, Spirit. Can you rewrite that? They don't man guys like RB most timed in 2026. I mean, yeah, yeah, Big Herc. Yeah, Big Herc. Okay, far as Temple's boyfriend, um, that's true. That's true, Spirit. Very true, Spirit. But here's the thing, Big Herc. I mean, I don't know about what this dude into. I'm not gonna say he's in the streets now. From what I understand, he has a job, but you never know, man. I don't believe these fucking people, man. I don't know if he really got a job or if he just telling her he got a job. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. This shit is so fresh and new. Like I want to give this shit some room to breathe. I don't be trusting people. She talking about she in love. Like, yo, man, stop it. That's why I just nah. I don't just be getting involved with shit and meeting any old people and shit. Just nah. But anyway, so I can't say that he's involved with street adventures currently, but just from what I heard, there at least was some element there, um, based on something she told me. Or there was an element there at some point, whether it's now 2 years, there was some type of street element somewhere with him somehow, some time frame. Um, but here's another reason why I generally don't want to be involved in women's men in my life or family, friends, whatever, family, whatever, because women are terrible at picking men. Like, and like I said, I have a bad history with friends and families and their boyfriends. Cause niggas ain't solid. Like we can go into that conversation. These niggas ain't solid. Women don't like men, good men. So I could just say this generally about all men meeting cousin, your female cousin's boyfriend, your sister's boyfriend, your mama's new boyfriend, your aunt's new boyfriend. Women pick scumbags when they left to their own devices. So no, I don't want to meet none of these niggas. Like, and I understand why men take the stance of I get it, you being there for your loved one. I get it. You're but that goes back to the title of this stream. Let me pull it back up. Okay, Persian says don't meet him. So I think I got 2 for don't meet him. Some people have tough upbringings brought into tough situations as soon as they open their eyes. You can have morals and ethics or have a code and have been from the street, but I will agree with you. What I'm saying is quite rare. Yeah, facts. So let's go back to the title of this stream. Um, don't let women emotionally manipulate you. Oh, be a man and step up and meet them. Like these women will emotionally manipulate you into meeting a really bad man that possibly could negatively affect your life. Is the general point I'm trying to make. Don't trust these niggas, man. Yeah, I mean we could go deeper. Let's go deeper about Temple a little bit. Let's go deeper about Temple, or not about Temple. Let's go a little deeper about her boyfriend, without me saying too much. Temple is a. Let's just. I'm just gonna put a fake age to help me prove my point. Temple is a 53-year-old woman, let's just say, for argument's sake. Let's just say Temple and her new boyfriend are 53. Shout out to Spirit. Just tell Temple, like, I don't trust your man picks. I ain't meeting a nigga. No, I think if anything, before I get into the detail, a little more details of, we're gonna break down the logic of Temple's boyfriend based on what we talk about on this channel and really just assess this shit. If anything, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell Temple that I'm gonna talk to Temple, and I'm probably gonna just tell her or ask her like, what do you think about me not meeting him this visit? What if I meet him next visit? I'll meet him, but what if I just meet him next visit? Is that cool, or are you really like emotionally tied up to me meeting him now? And even the question that I'm thinking about asking her is part of the title. Don't let women emotionally manipulate you. So even if I talk to Temple and I'll be like, look, is it cool if I just meet him next visit? Now I know when I say that, that's when this title is gonna come into play. Emotional manipulation. No, you gotta meet him, RB. I mean, I need you to step up as a man and meet him, RB. Come on, like, man up and meet him. Emotional manipulation. No, okay. No, let's talk. Let's come from a different angle. Let's come from a different angle. I mean, I pretty much agree, X. I mean, at 53, does it really matter if I meet this motherfucker or not? Y'all 53. But anyway, Temple's boyfriend may be a swell fucking guy. And that's what she tells me. But I'm looking at things from a different angle as a man. And I'm glad I brought that up because this just made me think of something else I want to talk about. Because I was thinking about this the other day. Like, men are gonna seem like swell guys when it comes to their women. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna act like the worst guy in the world because then you ain't gonna keep fucking me. So yeah, I don't judge a man by how he act with his woman. That's not how you judge a man, by how he acts with his woman. I'm sure he's a great guy when he hanging out with his bitch. Yeah, of course. That don't mean he a great guy in general or a great guy in the world. Or I don't judge a man based on how great he is with his kids. They're his kids. What comes to mind is Nicky from Casino. He was a great dad, terrible human, and a murderer and psychopath, but great father. I don't, and he seemed like a fairly decent husband. I mean, he had to smack her up a little bit when he thought she was still in diamonds. Well, she was still in diamonds. She had an extra diamond in her bun. She was trying to act like I got them all, but then he shook that shit a little more and he gave her a little smack to the mouth, like, "Oh yeah, we got them all." You know, just a little, just keep her in line, like, bitch, you don't try to play me. I knew it was some more diamonds up in that bun. Shout out to everybody who know what I'm talking about from Casino, my favorite movie of all time. Um, Let me read Big Herc's message real quick. If she's if she's over 35, this whole situation is a wash. That's kind of how I feel. But anyway, she's not starting her life and trying to start a family. Who cares if he's the new Santa or portly Harley Rider? I mean, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about this situation. But I love her. I kind of part of me want to be there for her, but that's the emotional manipulation. See, as men, we emotionally manipulate ourselves. So let me not even blame women. As men, we can emotionally manipulate ourselves when it comes to situations with these women. I'm emotionally manipulating myself. Let me step up and meet him. Let me be a real man. I love her. We're human after all, even us red pill guys, right? But anyway, what was I getting to? Uh, um, Look, you know what? It's called, I believe, Love Struck or Love Blind stage in the beginning. Yo, yeah, she's love struck. This is just the love struck beginning stage, and that's part of the reason why I don't want to meet him. Let's get past the love struck stage and then see what this nigga really working with. But yeah, he could be a really nice, good guy. You know, and I hope he is for my loved one's sake. I hope he is a really good, nice, loving guy. But oh, that's what I was saying. But I don't judge a man by how he act around his bitch or his kids. Yeah, Nicky Santoro was a murdering, thieving psychopath. But if you saw footage of him with his family, he's just a loving family man. They even showed in the movie he was taking his little son to the baseball game, talking to the coach, and I mean, he's a very active and loving father and husband. Why does she like him? I mean, he look from what she tells me, he cares about her. He's doing things for her. He's helping her get rodents out of the garage and shit, like, you know, shit like that. He's showing he's caring and all, but like, you know, cool. That's cool. She's telling me all the nice fluffy things, and that's beautiful. But y'all know I'm just thinking from a different perspective. It's beautiful. Hope it work out for her. But I don't trust niggas. Yeah, I don't trust niggas. I don't care about that fluffy shit. You don't. This is just honeymoon cool shit. Like, because if he's so great, see, there was this whole weird thing about he's trying to talk to Temple, but he's kind of making it seem like he got some type of secret, but then he beat around the bush about the secret, and then that caused a divide. And then they linked back up, but he still didn't really say what the secret was. And then eventually it came out the reason why I was acting funny for like a year because I was still messing with my ex. Like, that's shady. Like, if you're still on and off with your ex, or it sounded like you were just steadily on with your ex, why? That sounds like a morally ambiguous situation. But we could dive in on that. Um, what do y'all think about that? Like, okay, he was somewhat sort of casually dating Temple. Um, but acting ambiguous about certain situations he got going on in his life for a year. He was acting ambiguous about what he had going on for a year while still casually dating Temple. So my nigga, is you fucking with your ex still or not? So you and your ex been on and off for a year, so that's why you've been acting funny with me for a year, but then you kind of dating me. Well, what Is that real nigga shit or what is like? I don't. Is that honorable shit? I know men get tricky. Men, and their dirt behind closed doors. Look, I'll tell you something about RB. I don't fuck around with that type of shit. If I'm fucking with a woman, I'm fucking with her. I fuck with her. Y'all know me. Y'all listen to this channel. If I'm locking in with a chick, I mean, even from y'all perspective, oh, she must be a special kind of chick. RB fucking with her. She must be kind of solid. Yeah. Because other than that, I don't want to talk to a bitch. I don't want to be in the elevator with a bitch. So, you know, so if I'm fucking with a woman, there is no other woman. I don't know. I'm cool. Like, if I'm locking in with a woman like that, like, okay, I ain't even gonna go there. Let's go here. Let's go here. Here's my problem with it. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, Persian. But okay, let's take it here. Here's the thing about me. And here's the thing about what I think manhood is. Now we all tell little white lies. So I'm not gonna say men never lie under any circumstance. But a wise man wants to live love. I don't know how long you've been here, live love. Okay, so live love says, I know if I go to a guy for his opinion, I ultimately respect and trust his advice. And that's why I'm emotionally manipulating myself to meet him. Like I said, like X said, I'm overthinking this and we're just talking shit, but I think she does value and respect and trust my advice and opinion. But it's still not gonna be the deciding factor, and I guess it shouldn't be as a 53-year-old woman. I mean, you gonna do what you gonna do. And here's the thing, and we're gonna go into what I was about to say, but here's the thing. If I believe if I meet him, it's just gonna be a chill, cool experience. I mean, I don't think anything is gonna happen in this meeting that's gonna be able to make me say one thing or another. I mean, because that's the thing. That's another thing. Women want you to meet a guy for an hour and be like, "Okay, RB, what you think?" I don't know this nigga. Like, it don't matter. Like, what I think. Like, it don't. I don't know. Oh, I got another situation, but I don't know if I can tell y'all about this situation. Yeah. Let's Let me see how I can word this to tell y'all about another situation real quick. Um, there was a woman I know. Can I put this? Okay, there was a woman I know who got a new boyfriend, right? Okay, don't let me forget that story. Um, and I also want to dive in on Temple's boyfriend about what he did with the whole open relationship or whatever that was. And I want to tell y'all a story about another girl I know that had a boyfriend situation. But so remind me, y'all, so I don't get sidetracked. Aren't you the one who said all women know from the time they're 12 years old the good men who will treat them right versus the bad boys who will make them cry? So shouldn't she know if this guy will treat her right? To answer X, okay. I need to get a notepad and write all this shit down. Okay, let me write this shit down because I'm gonna forget all the shit I want to talk about. I was supposed to go watch Kendra, but we're getting sidetracked. But anyway, um, give me one moment. Okay, Live Love says no. You have to actually spend time with him, which what guy wants to do that for a grown woman, 53, so I sympathize. Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, Live Love is feeling me. Live Love is feeling where I'm coming from. Big Herc says Temple's boyfriend said that as an exit strategy if he needs it later on. See, yeah, maybe. It's sketchy. It's sketchy. Okay, so to address X, what X says, I always say that girls know from 12 who the good guys are and who the bad boys are. Generally speaking, that's true, X. I stand by my statement of from 12, girls know who the good boys are and the bad boys are, and for the most part, who the guys are who will never do anything wrong. Okay? Stand by that. But the thing about Temple's boyfriend, he was the bad I don't want to label it, but he's the bad boy archetype. So I still stand by, yeah. Temple knows the good guy who will never do anything wrong, but they never end up fucking with that guy. And he's not that guy. And he showed he wasn't that guy from the beginning with the whole ambiguous, I'm still kind of talking to my ex and I might have been in the streets. That's not the good guy. And that's why she ended up fucking with him. A guy has to show some type of edge or unpredictableness before a woman is even intrigued enough to consider you at all. Most of these women, especially a woman still single over 40. So yes, I stand by that ex. She knows who the good guy who will never do anything wrong. Temple's boyfriend is not the guy who would never do anything wrong. He already did couple of things wrong so far, even in the courting phase, and that's why she fucking with him. Women's discernment is horrible. So yeah, I stand by what I said about. So yeah, I already know. Yeah, he probably is gonna hurt her, based on what I've heard. Yeah, he probably is gonna hurt her, and she knows there's a chance that he's gonna hurt her. And most women aren't interested in the guy unless she know there's a chance that he might hurt her. Because a guy who she knows there's no chance he would ever hurt her, that's boring and predictable. Women don't like boring and predictable. She want a nigga who could fuck around and hurt her to not hurt her. See how sick that is? I want to pick a nigga who got a chance of hurting me, but he just won't hurt me though, because he love me so much. But it's a chance he can hurt me. That's what women want. Spirit says a woman knows a guy is bad, but pull out a wedding ring on V-Day and all rules are out the window. Yeah. And let me go back. Like, I'm not gonna say Temple likes drama. Well, all women like want a little something, something, little drama. But she's not. I'm not gonna say Temple is toxic. She's just a woman. And I was talking about that last night. Like, all these women aren't. It's not even that they're horrible, horrible, terrible people. They're just women. They just can't help some of this horse shit. It's just who they are. I'm not gonna say they can't help it, but because you can overcome certain traits that you were born with or whatever. But they're just women, man. Like, some women are like legit like the worst of the worst, but even women who are can be deemed some of the best, they still just women. You got to expect some of this horse shit even with the best of the best when it comes to women. I mean, even the best of the best guy, you see a woman walk by who fine, you want to check out the ass. I mean, yeah, that's appealing to our lower nature as men, but hey, they don't mean he a bad guy. It's just he just a man. Is it? You could make an argument that is wrong, but hey, at the end of the day, I'm a man. I'm gonna check that ass out, whether it's wrong or right. It's just in my DNA. I'm not saying I can't control it, but I don't want to control it. I just want to check that ass out. There's some times where I can control it. The same thing with female nature. There's certain times where they can control it, but if a situation come about where they don't control it, can you really be? I mean, what's the point of getting pissed off? It's female nature. Same thing. If you look at her ass in front of your girl, look, there's plenty of times you didn't look at her ass when you was with your girl, but if she catch you looking from time to time, she really shouldn't get mad. You a man. Yeah, she could say it's wrong, but it's stupid to get mad at it. Don't some man ask their male buddies if they should get with a woman also? Well, yeah, they do, but I don't know if it's a correlation, Spirit. But anyway, So okay, Big Herc. It's a little bit of an age difference. So yeah, that's an element. That's an element too, Big Herc. That's an element too. I mean, the shit is gonna be awkward. It ain't no getting around that. I mean, that's already just built into it. But I want to get back to the point I was making about. Okay, real quick. Spirit says, "RB, would you tell a male buddy the woman he likes is a bad choice?" Mm, eh, that's a rough one. See, relationships end, friendships and relationships end off of this type of shit. If he asked my opinion, I would be honest. Like, what you think about her? That's a rough one, Spirit. See, that's a rough one, Spirit. Would I tell my best friend, like, the girl you fucking with is a tramp and a bitch and she's gonna ruin your life? I mean, I wouldn't word it like that, but that's tough, man. This is what I would do, Spirit. If my boy introduced me to his girl and I didn't like her, I thought she was kind of rude. I think women are kind of just rude, so I probably will. To put it simply, I think most women I've ever met in my life were rude. If you want to just get candid here, so let's just be real. If a friend came to me and I met his girlfriend, yeah, X says never offer an opinion about a girlfriend unless you are asked directly. Your input will not be appreciated otherwise. Facts. That's a fact. So this is what I would do. If my boy introduced me to his girl and she was a bitch like most women are, or here's the thing about me. I'm RB sensitive. Okay? So here's what usually happens when I meet women. Like not in the context of we're trying to date, but if I meet a friend's girlfriend or a girlfriend's friend or a girlfriend's female coworker, whatever. What usually happens is a bitch is gonna say a slick comment because they always do. It's the way of tested men. They're gonna say some type of remark that's kind of disrespectful to see how you handle it. So that's usually what happens when I meet women. They're gonna say slick shirt or plaid. People still, if let's say I got a plaid shirt on, it's gonna be like people still wearing plaid shirts. Little comments like that. That's what women do. So my friend's girlfriend is probably gonna say a comment like plaid in 2026. So I'm probably gonna who know? I mean, I'm not that quick with it, but I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah, plaid in 2026. I mean, is it cool? Whatever. I don't know what I would say, but anyway, I'm the type of guy where that plaid shirt comment, I would not like her for the rest of my life, just off that plaid shirt comment. And some could say it was a joke, and I can go on a whole tangent about the whole slick jokes, the little the little smart mouth, slick, disrespectful, so supposed to be playful jokes. I can go on a whole. Y'all heard that tangent before. Okay, I'll touch on that real quick. Those aren't jokes. I mean, you could say they're jokes in a sense, they're jokes, but they're serious attempts to punk you and tear you down. It's not in all good. It's not in all in good fun. Sometimes it can be, but it's in very specific situations when it's all in good fun. Even when your bros roast you, that's not coming from a loving place. This is just my humble opinion. There are a few exceptions, but when people roast you, they're not doing it with love. I'm just sorry. That's just my philosophy. When I think about the people I love the most in this life, I don't want to make fun of their big nose. like I know I want to speak life and positivity into the people I love. I don't want to playfully make fun of the shirt you picked. Like I get it. It can be funny to roast people. I mean, I guess I roast people on this channel. But like I said, it's different. It's on the internet and they're begging for it. They post the shit on the internet, they're begging to get roasted. But like I actually think yeah, RB sensitive here. I actually think it's immoral to roast people, even playfully. I know I'm taking this shit way too deep, but whatever. I'm just letting y'all know what I think. Because something that's a joke to you could be something that makes another person commit suicide. It could be their last straw. Life is hard enough, man. I don't even want to play with people like that. I don't that no, man. Life is hard enough. People already got enough people tearing them down, belittling them, making fun of them. I don't want to contribute to that. I don't. It's just me, man. I don't know if it's a maturity thing. I felt like this when I was 15 too. Like you can call me RB sensitive, but I'm not with the roasting shit. So back to the topic. Yeah, Big Hercules says a lot of times when I meet a buddy's girlfriend, I get the attitude of he's mine now, not yours. Exactly. It's always like this tension. There's always this tension. So back to the main point. If I met a friend's girlfriend and she made the plaid comment, I I wouldn't like her for the rest of my life off that plaid comment. So the question is, do I hold grudges? Do I hold grudges? I mean, I agree, Persian. I agree that people need to develop tough skin because life's hard. But so let me address that real quick. So if somebody make a joke I don't like, to some extent I can have tough skin and be like, okay, whatever. I took that on the chin and keeping it moving. But I still don't fuck with you ever. Like I took it on the chin. I took it. I didn't spaz out. I didn't start crying. I didn't write you a letter and put it in your mailbox about how that hurt my feelings. So in a sense, you could, I mean, you could say I had tough skin about it or not. But either way, I don't fuck with you. Not you, Persian, but I'm saying whoever made the plaid comment about my plaid shirt and try to embarrass me in a group by making fun of my plaid shirt, I'll never fuck with you. Just on principle. It's not even like, here's the thing. It's not even that my feelings are oh so hurt about the comment, but I don't fuck with your character. 2026. I just don't fuck with your character. I'm gonna be honest. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. We just met, and you saying something that could potentially embarrass, like, oh, you plaid in 2026 in front of a group of people. I'm putting you in the bad person box, and you probably ain't never gonna get out. And honestly, I'm a pretty good judge of character, folks. I've rarely ever put somebody in the bad person box and took them out. Like, oh, you know what? I misjudged you. You actually aren't bad. That it's never happened. I don't think it's ever happened once. It maybe happened once out of 200 times. Where I'm like, you know, I'll put them in the bad person box, but they all right, actually. No, it never happened. I'm a great judge of character. And to me, people with good spirits, the first thing they're thinking to do when they meet a person isn't to, how can I playfully insult you or embarrass you? That's not what good people do. I'm sorry. And I don't care if people don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, people do a lot of evil shit that they don't think is a big deal. And don't even think about it because they used to doing evil shit. They're like, oh, nigga, stop being so sensitive. But yeah, you don't realize what you're doing on a spiritual level or on a subconscious level, and I do. So it's cool. I ain't crying about it, but I just don't fuck with you. I think you're a shitty human. I ain't crying. Just letting you know. Right, Big Hurt. It's playfully putting somebody down. I'm cool on it. But back to the main point. So when my buddy asked me about the girlfriend that made the plaid comment after she leaves, so what do you think? What do you think, RB? I would say, I mean, I'm not really a big fan, but you know, hey, obviously you see something in her, so you know, I support you. Not the biggest fan, but you know, that's just me. Well, what you ain't like about her, RB? She made a comment about my plaid shirt. Come on, nigga, stop being so sensitive. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I ain't like I said, I ain't crying. You asked my opinion. I didn't think that was very nice, buddy. But it's cool, man. Hey, this your girl. I'm gonna be respectful. I hope she would. I hope that she is gonna attempt to be respectful to me, and we could just move on with it. But yeah, but for the most part, that's a touchy subject though. Like far as giving your opinion on your friend's girl. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say, "Oh yeah, she was great, bro." I mean, okay, I might lie. I don't know if I should call it a lie, but I might just be like, "She was cool." I'm not gonna act like I like her though. I'm just gonna be like, "Yeah, she was straight. She was all right, man. Let's just move on. She was all right." Um, yeah, okay. I struggle. So tough skin Persian. As far as that last part about it not occupying your consciousness, I struggle with certain things not occupying my consciousness. Sometimes I struggle with that. And that's another reason why I think it's so wrong to like playfully roast and shit because you don't know what is gonna stick with somebody. In your mind, it was just a joke. You're not gonna think much about it, but whatever you said that was just a joke to you, that might stick with that person for the rest of their life. I mean, the plaid shirt is not a good example of something that could stick with somebody for the rest of their life, but I'm trying to think if I can give you an example. Give you an example of something. Um, I'll give you an example. Like in ninth grade, I'm just giving you a random example that didn't happen, but let's just say like in ninth grade, you were a dude, and let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say in ninth grade, your name is Tyshawn. You're a man named Tyshawn, and you got beat up real bad in the ninth grade, right? And for the rest of high school, you know what? Yeah, I take it back. I take it back. Let me give the example that Spirit just gave. Let me give you the example that Spirit just gave. Spirit just says, well, yeah, that's a good example too, Persian. You calling a girl fat and her developing an eating disorder. Facts. Or but you don't even gotta blatantly call her fat because most people aren't just gonna say, you meet somebody, oh damn, bitch, you fat. But even if you say something simple as, oh, well, don't eat too many servings, Brenda, or something, it could be something that somebody think is a little subtle little jab like that. And yeah, she could develop a eating disorder based on the fact that you said, well, not too many plates, Brenda. That shit is evil to me. It's just a playful joke to some, but it's evil to me. But yeah, like Spirit says, maybe the plaid shirt that she made fun of, maybe that was a gift from my dead grandfather. And now every time I think about my grandfather, I think about her dissing the plaid shirt that he gave me before he died. And that should just stick with me for the rest of my life. That's not light to me. People, oh, you take it too serious. No, it is serious. When you roast and play on somebody, you don't know how somebody gonna take something. So it's just me. But back on task. um, back on task. I was gonna tell y'all about a quick story. Okay, so there was a woman who I know who had a new boyfriend. I'm thirsty as fuck. Hold on. So it was a girl I know that had a new boyfriend, right? And she wanted people to meet him, as women do. Um, but that's not a good example. Or let me reword this. There was a situation where a girl I knew had a new boyfriend, right? And there was a situation where the girl I know was going to pick up a child family member, right? The girl I know was gonna pick up a child family member, a female child family member. But she was gonna have her new boyfriend with her when she picked up the female child family member. And I'm like, well, we don't know this motherfucker. Like who who is this? I mean, like we don't. feel comfortable like having the female child family member around this nigga. We don't know this nigga like that. So she tried to say something to the effect of, well, you know, meet him Friday. Because she was supposed to pick up let's just say she was supposed to pick up the female child family member Saturday. And she tried to make it seem like, well, we'll meet him Friday. It's cool. Just meet him Friday. I get it. You want to meet him before he's around the female child family member. So just meet him Friday. And I'm just like, that don't mean shit. Meeting him Friday, what the fuck is that supposed to do? Like, is that supposed to? Oh, I met him Friday. Okay, female child family member, you can go spend the night at his house. We met him Friday. You can spend the night over his house on Saturday because we met him Friday. Like what? Like, like my point with that is to go back to Temple. Like me meeting this motherfucker, I can't. Okay, if I meet him when I come to town, like that don't mean nothing. I just met him. That means nothing. I meet him for one time for an hour or two, and then drive back out of town. And then you call me like, okay, what you think? I don't have an opinion. I mean, he wasn't a complete rude piece of shit for the 2 hours for whatever weight that holds, which is pretty much none. I mean, if you got some woman you fucking with and she trying to introduce you to somebody that she respects, I mean, most men are not gonna try to treat the person like shit. I mean, even most boyfriends aren't gonna intentionally meet the dad for the first time and intentionally try to get on the dad's nerves or try to insult the dad. So, I mean, this meeting just doesn't mean anything. Is the point I'm trying to make. But let's go back to the last thing I want to talk about, as far as Temple's boyfriend. Let's look at things from his perspective. Supposedly, he knew Temple for years. Supposedly, he been having a crush on Temple for years. Like, okay, cool. I mean, that shit sound cool. Okay, great. But this is a 53-year-old man and a 53-year-old. What what is the point of all this? Are you trying to get married? Like, what is even the whole point of this shit? You're obviously a guy who can get pussy. I peg Temple's boyfriend as a guy who, if he just wanted to get some pussy, he can get some pussy. He's not a complete. I don't peg him as like this complete loser. I'm not saying he's a top tier Chad or Tyrone or anything, but he already had a bitch that he was fucking with when he first started talking to Temple, and then he talking to Temple. And as y'all know from previous episodes talking about Temple, Temple is a very attractive woman even at 53. So if he can pull Temple, uh, he can pull another Temple. So I'm trying to get into the psyche of this dude. Okay, so shit, I'm breaking up. Yo, can y'all hear me? Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, that would be funny, Spirit. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, 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 yeah. Can y'all hear me? Yo, 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 yo. Can y'all hear me? Somebody verify. It's funny. Anybody who's coming into the stream have completely no fucking idea what I'm talking about. I find that funny. This whole stream, anybody who's has come in and out of this stream for this past 2.5 hours, have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's look at things from we should probably give Temple's boyfriend a name. Let's call him let's call him Shaggy. Okay, so Shaggy, Temple's boyfriend, we're gonna call him Shaggy. So from Shaggy's perspective, and I think he's tall. If I'm not, he's tall. Let's pull up Shaggy on the let's pull up Shaggy on I don't know his details, but we're gonna put in what I think the range that Shaggy is in. Just trying to pull up Shaggy. So let's just put we know not married, black. I don't know his exact height, but I don't know his exact height, but it's somewhere here. Let's just do this. He's not obese. Now, I don't know how much money he make, but let's be real. Even in the black community, look, even if let's just say it's 65. Let's just say it's average. I think the average, let me Google it. I think the median is like 65. Let me Google it real quick. Hold on. This is the average median wage in America for an individual earner. As of late 2024-25, the median annual earnings for individual U.S. workers generally fall between 45. Wait, hold on. 45 and 51 for all earners, with full-time year-round workers earning a higher median of 63,000. So yeah, let's just count full-time yearly workers. So for full-time yearly workers, it's 63,000, which seems kind of high. But let's just say, so yeah, 65. So this is where Shaggy falls. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Damn near the same difference. He's Mr. Point 3. He's Mr. 30.33. He's Mr. Third of a percent. Shaggy is a Mr. Third of a percent man. And regardless of what he looked like, even if the motherfucker ugly. Yeah, let's just say the motherfucker ugly. Because it don't matter. Even as an ugly motherfucker, he's Mr. Point 3. So here's what I know about Mr. Point 3. He got bitches. Because think about the market. Like, all these washed up 35-plus-year-old women looking for a halfway decent man who tall with a job. He could be swimming in it, in a sense. So I don't peg him as a guy who's just struggling to get any bitch to give him any attention whatsoever. I don't peg him as the guy. Based on some of the stories I've heard, I mean, he could sound a little simpish at times. But here's the question I want to ask. Based on what y'all know so far, does this sound like a guy who still believe in the that's funny, Persian. Does this sound like a guy who still believes in the fairy tale of love at 53? Now, I'm not gonna knock him. I usually do knock guys who still believe in the fairy tale at 53. Maybe he still believes in the fairy tale. See, why dating over a certain age is just, what do I want to call it? I don't want to say pointless. Here's why dating over 40 is just a mess. Because these are two people with two completely separate lives. Without going into any details, but these are two people, two different people with their own jobs, their own home, their own issues with family, or if they're, who knows, taking care of a certain relative. These are two people with two grown ass separate lives and everything that comes with it. Kids, grandkids, this and that, two whole separate lives at 53. I'm trying to get into the psyche of Shaggy. Are you looking for a wife? Like, because I always say, what is the point of seriously dating a woman over 53? Or over 40, over 35, but let's just say 40. What reason would a 40 plus year old man who's Mr. Point 3, like, what motivation does he have to really get in a super duper serious relationship with a 40 plus year old woman? Let's just call it what it is. I mean, it ain't kids and starting a family, so let's take that. And that's the biggest reason a man would. That's like the biggest reason men get married and cohabitate with women, to raise a family with her. There is no other reason to live with a woman. I mean, I guess the financial help. That's a pretty good reason. If you make 30, 40K a year, another 30, 40K a year to your lifestyle would really be helpful. But I'm just trying to get into Shaggy's head here as a 53-year-old man. Well, see, that's another reason why I kind of am not pressed to meet him. Like, where the fuck is this headed? Y'all are grown as fuck. Like, just don't understand. I'm trying to work through this in my head. Okay, let me put myself in Shaggy's shoes. If I was Shaggy and I was fucking with Temple, it would just be, like I said, yeah, live out girlfriend type of situation. We ain't getting married. We obviously not having kids at 53. And can't think of much benefit to have you move in with me at 53. Unless you're gonna pay half my bills, and let's be real, Temple doesn't want to move in with Shaggy to help him pay half his bills. I've already talked to Temple, and she's still talking about this provider shit at 53.
Are you fucking serious, ho? like his. You old. Stop trying to act like you this fragile little butterfly. You getting older, and don't nobody want your old bitter ass. That's what that is what it's about. Like, aging is a hard thing for women to come around to and to accept. That's a hard thing. Have you ever watched a fucking Cinderella movie where it be some old bitch and a prince come out on his horse and carriage to an old bitch and say, "Hey, here's the glass slipper. I want to take you off." She skated by the first 30 years. Didn't even have to put any effort in, right? But she's getting older now. She's older. And that's where all, you can't manipulate me. That's where all this shit. She still thinks that just because she's still getting likes, I still got it. Bitch, no, you don't. Because if you got it, you would get what you want.
Okay, so to answer Persian, this is the same Snow situation, the Snow guy situation. I don't know how many people heard the Snow story. So there was a situation with some snow. Temple feel like Temple feel like now that she has a boyfriend, like he should be fucking coming over on all the snow days and shoveling her snow. Basically, like if you can't do that, what the fuck is the point of this? Because we already know what a woman is looking for at 53. She's looking for all the boyfriend and husband perks, and she's looking, to be real, all these strong, independent 40 and 50 plus year old women, they're looking for a man to come in and take the load off. Let's just be real. I mean, and I get it. I mean, it makes sense that a woman would want that, but coming from the man's perspective, it's like, no, I'm not about to take on all this. No, at 53, no, I got my own life. I got my own burdens to carry. It'd be different if you've been my wife for the past 20, 30 years. That's different. But to come in at 53 and come take all the load off of your 53-year-old life and come shovel your snow every day as a 53-year-old man, no, no, no. So, 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 what's I mean with that? Yeah, I'm trying to put myself in Shaggy's shoes. You know, yeah, maybe he still believes in the fairy tale and all that, but if I was him, me and Temple would just kick it from time to time, fuck, catch a movie from time to time. And yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem coming to shovel her snow from time to. I mean, it's not about to be like every time it snow, I gotta go shovel your snow. But I mean, if you really needed my help to shovel your snow as my girlfriend, even if you are just a live out girlfriend, yeah, okay, I don't have a problem giving you $50 here and there and shoveling your snow from time to time. But at 53, if I got my own life, own house, own everything, that would be the extent of my relationship with Temple at this point in life. Far as getting married and moving in, just for what? I can't think of any justification at the 53 to get married and move in unless I need the money. And even then, it ain't worth the headache of having a woman live with you, disrupting your peace. So I don't know where Shaggy's head is. He was on and off with an ex, but here's the thing about the on and off with the ex. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. As a man, I believe honesty is a great policy as a man. I had a wise man once tell me, manhood is the truth. The truth and manhood should be synonymous. Lying is for bitches and kids and shit. Now, generally speaking, I agree, but I do condone a little white lie from here and there. It keeps the world intact. A little white lie here and there. Um, but the thing about the whole he was on and off with an ex, but then still kind of dating Temple, taking her out on dates. That's a little shady to me. But Temple says, well, we weren't together or anything. We were just going on so-called like somewhat friendly dates during that time frame. So he didn't owe me anything. It's definitely a gray area there. But here's the thing. If I was Temple, you'll be skeptical of that. So are you finally not fucking with her now? Or how can I be so sure that you're not still fucking with her now? But here's the thing from Temple's perspective. People should just take what she can get at this point. To me, this is the last of the Mohicans or whatever the fuck. Like, if he's willing to if he's willing to even be a 25% of a man to your life, you should just take the deal. If he's willing to be nice to you, give you $50 from time to time, shovel your snow from time to time, and that's the extent of y'all relationship until y'all pass, you lucky to have it at 53. It ain't nothing else coming that's better. It's not much coming better than this. Just take this deal. Take you out on a date here and there, fuck on you, shovel your snow from time to time. You hit the jackpot as a 53-year-old woman. Yeah, at this age, expectations should be super minimal. So even if he is still fucking with an ex, wait, really? It's still going out with some background pops. All right, X. I guess my mic. Is anybody else? Is my mic? Is my mic driving anybody else crazy? X says that it's going in and out with some background pops. So is that what y'all experiencing? I don't know the solution to the mic problems. This is a pretty expensive mic. I don't know if I need to. I don't know what the problem is. The Persian is saying he's not having any issue with my mic, so I don't know. Maybe it's your speakers, X, but I love you anyway, bro. I don't know. I think that's enough about Temple and Shaggy for now. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drop the Rumble link again, and I think I still got it in me to go over a Kendra. So let's go over a Kendra, and then I'm out. I'm gonna go get something to eat because I'm starving. But I'm gonna drop the Rumble link. You don't have to sign up for Rumble to watch. All you gotta do is click the link and watch. No sign up necessary. Just click the link and watch. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. Remember, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. And remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play an asshole on the internet, and I've never done anything remotely wrong my entire life, ever. Remember, I'm not stopping streaming right now. I'm just moving over to Rumble so we can go over to Kendra G. Link is in the live chat. Keep your blood pressure and your blood sugar down to keep the Reaper from coming around. Make sure you get your yearly checkup so Satan don't catch up. RB Sensei out. Come follow me over on Rumble.